As we've established, a lot of the time businesses can run into serious struggles if they don't do the math beforehand. And this is an example of where you should do the math beforehand. If you are planning on developing a business and charging a certain amount for something, you want to make sure that and you need to make a certain amount of money. You want to make sure that your plan's going to work. So Sarah's developed a plan. So in this particular situation, there are two aspects. Oh, yes, dear.
Can I get my check back from my
Sure. There are two aspects of this situation, okay? Are you guys ready for me? Okay, thanks. First, so she's going to sell bracelets for $8 each and earrings for $8 each. So the first thing we're talking about is income, right? So what she's actually going to bring in. So she is selling bracelets for $8, earrings for $6, and she needs to make at least $600 for her trip. So the first inequality, I'm just going to pick X for bracelets because that came first. So 8X plus 6Y needs to be greater than or equal to 600. So if I were going to graph this one by intercepts, which I feel like is the best route to do, if I put a 0 in for X, that means that my Y is going to be 100 because I just need to do 600 divided by 6. Then to figure out my x-intercept, I need to do the exact opposite and put a 0 in for y, which means 100 divided by 8. Oh my gosh, I'm losing it. What is that? 600. Good grief. Yeah, thank you. 75. No? Oh, yeah, that's right. You're right. Yes. So my X is going to be 75. My Y is going to be 100. I'm going to do a solid line because there is an equal to involved. So she needs to make at least $600, which means it needs to be greater than 600. If she sells nothing, she's not going to make her goal, right? So you're not going to shade towards the 0, 0. You're going to shade above this line. So these represent all the possible combinations of earrings and bracelets that she could make. Now, of course, she can't just make an infinite number of bracelets and earrings. It's based on how many materials she has. So let's look at that. Materials cost her $5 for a bracelet, $4 for earrings, and she has $300 to spend on materials. So that one is going to be 5x plus 4y is less than or equal to 300 because she's got a limit this time. So my x-intercept, which I'm just going to do pretty quickly by doing 300 divided by 5, is going to be 60. And then my y-intercept, 300 divided by 4, 150 divided 75. Is that what you all got? Okay. So my x-intercept is going to be 60. So right here in between, like kind of right there-ish. And then my y-intercept is 75. And because this represents a maximum amount that she has, she only has enough supplies for this, no more. We're going to have to shade down. So is there any way with the prices that she has set right now to actually make the amount of money that she wants to make with her limitations? No. So this is a bad plan. Okay, so yes, dear.
I have a question. Mm-hmm. So, you put your bracelets as your X thing.
Mm-hmm.
I put the earrings.
Oh, it does not matter. That's a great question that I should have brought up for you. Because there's no independent or dependent variable. I typically always make X whatever they bring up in the problem first.
It also says it's a bad plan.
Yeah, no. And your graph should have still looked about like this. Yeah. So your endpoints would be flipped, but other than that, it should still be the same. So for your explanation, you might want to say something like, no, she either needs to raise her prices so that she doesn't have to sell as many. the big idea, of course, is that there's no overlap. Like there's literally no possible solutions to make those two inequalities happen at the same time. So I'm not going to be crazy picky about your explanation. No overlap. Make sure you give me a little something more than that, just like there's no possible way for her to, make the money she needs to make, but only having enough money to make, but only having 300, something like that. Okay, and they won't all be, there's several versions of this.